do a thing for Links FM for Scampton show about my experiences. So I said to this person, do you want the bad stories? He said, oh. Yes, so we have the radar navigator, or we would call them NavRad, responsible for the bomb systems. Initially, high altitude was the role of the aircraft to carry a nuclear weapon towards the east, range approximately just short of 4,000 miles, at a height of 50,000 feet. So you can say that the first line of defence was height, because in 1946 no aircraft around that could fly that high, you know. So that continued. It was known that the Russians controlled their fighters from the ground. Their air defence system was by radio. So of course the first thing is to jam out all the radios again. So each crew would be assigned a specific target, and the NavRad would have these overlays to lay on that screen. And obviously there was other things that it had to put into the system, but eventually through that little stick with a grey knob on it, you could align the system to the overlay and put a fix into the bomb system. By the same token, of course, you could put a fix into the navigational system, hence it's known as the NBS, nav bombing system. To get to the target, obviously the navigator, I mean, you've got to remember that we're going to attack heavily defended areas, so you plot your course to try and avoid them and what have you, so he would have done that in the good old days of pencil and paper and bits and pieces like that. I get young guys from, say, from Coningsby come in and they say, God, where's your national navigation system? It's called a brain. This guy is air electronics, practically everything, especially at the back end here. A lot of stuff up there requires electrics of some description. Some of it is alternating current, some of it is direct current. So he has a distribution panel there which he has to monitor, make sure all the sparks are going to the right places. The second job was countermeasures. No defensive armament, height, first line of defence. 1960, the Russians didn't play fair. They shot down Gary Pearls in his U-2 spy plane, and he was supposed to be at 67,000 feet, so that sharpened everybody's minds. And so they upgraded all the countermeasure systems on board the aircraft again, so this more or less came under his control. This position here harks back to the Second World War bomb aimer. Now, all the time I was involved with Vulcans, only once did I ever know a bomb site to be fitted there for training. Eventually they took it away to the T4 bomb site because we had high altitude, that system, and then when the aircraft went into low level, now you're talking about flying into towards your target at 200 feet above ground. Well, climb to 300 feet, ground's rushing past, so a bomb site was absolutely useless, and the ground returns, that was useless. So they came out with this bomb site called the TABR site, and that literally was up a bit, left a bit, oh, that's about right, TABR. There's a chronograph mark on the co-pilot screen. That's how sophisticated it was. Because we had great delight in telling our American cousins how it was. It's highly secret, it's very complicated, so yeah. And they believed us, which was all the better for us. There's always this rivalry between Americans and the RAF crews about bombing, because their Nordstrom sights were so accurate. But the thing was, their high altitude bombing was 20,000 feet, whereas these guys were another 20 odd thousand feet above that. And the average error, as far as I can remember, is about 150 to 180 yards for these guys. And the bombs system and what have you, all the gubbins inside there was last updated in 1949. So, but then again, we used to say, well, a couple of hundred yards error, dropping a nuclear weapon, what the hell?
Something like that much.
Yeah. I mean, the blue steel, that white thing on the trailer outside, I mean, that was accurate to within 300 yards, that was nuclear. And of course you have your two pilots, captain and co-pilot, ejection seats, and you can see the black handle thing in front of this seat.
Yeah.
And the pedals, you can see underneath there, you can see rudder pedals, so we can manoeuvre the airplane. Very manoeuvrable aircraft, this. And then of course in front of each pilot you've got the four grey levers, which are your throttles, and then your flight instruments, everything in front of them. So that's it, a quick walk around those different positions. And as a crew chief I used to have to sit there.
You got the uncomfortable seat then, but
well, we had a
slightly
well, you sat on a dinghy pack.
No, well, yeah.
That was a one-man dinghy, that was underneath you, and of course you had your parachute behind you, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah. So these aircraft used to go around the world, which was a testament to the versatility of the aircraft. You know. There ain't many bombers that you could say could go all the way around the world.
Yeah, that was one of the things I did like about the Vulcan, was the story of the beginning of the Falklands War, with sending one all those many miles away, which is it's kind of that final piece of the jigsaw that I thought, yeah, I love this aircraft.
Longest flight by one of these, just over 20 hours.
Jesus, that's quite.
Washington to Australia, 5-year flight ratios other way. Yeah.
Jeez.
20 hours, just over 20 hours non-stop. I mean, the longest I've sat there was 7.5 hours. That was bad enough. Yeah. So yes, for their time, yeah, not bad. Not bad. Yeah. And as I say, the way we operated, or the Royal Air Force operated these airplanes compared to Strategic Air Command, was a totally different ball game altogether. I remember going through Offutt. On the way through, we're doing what we call a westabout, so we go Offutt through to Hawaii and then carry on around. And the crew went for further in-flight briefing. I was then, once we'd done the refuel, delegated to go to the latest, what we call base cafeteria type thing, to pick up chocolate milk. Beautiful stuff. So I'm stood in the queue. I was in flying suit, and these three guys came behind me. Oh, hi, Royal Air Force. I said, yeah. Off the Vulcan. I said, yes. Yeah. Oh, we saw you land. Because it's quite an impressive landing.
Oh yeah, it's very
okay, yeah, well, when are you off? I said, well, I've got about 15-20 minutes to get back to the aircraft. What do you mean? I said, before we take off. We've only just got here. I said, yeah. Oh, it takes us 3 days to recover a B-52. I thought, oh yeah. And because of a different philosophy, you see, we say if it works, don't bother, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Okay. But they did what they call an equivalent of an EQ summary, that to check out all the systems.
Oh God,
So
imagine that.
if it works, don't touch it. So there's a difference in the philosophy. Anyway. Yes. Right. Any questions?
Not really. No, it's I know quite a bit about the aircraft, just in general. Obviously, just in general, it's.
Yeah. Yes, manoeuvrable, highly aerobatic for its size. Barrel rolls. I've seen one. Goose Bay one day or one evening. Crew were on what we call a Ranger. Whenever they used to be called Rangers when we went. Anyway, and they used to go to Goose Bay, Canada, and do 3 lower level sorties. It was their last trip altogether as a crew. And I knew something was up because the captain said to me, "Can you take your gear off, Mike?" I said, "What do you mean?" Because that was unusual. So I took my bones down, parachute and everything off, and I thought, what's going on here? Anyway, last trip, they were coming in on the approach. I thought, okay, you're too bloody high. You really are high. And then suddenly, beautiful barrel roll. So yes, I've seen one done. Yeah. So there you go. Very manoeuvrable airplane. Yes, that's a long time ago, mind you. But now, of course, we've got people flying them drones from Waddington.
No, I don't really. I personally don't really like the idea of drones. I'm still many. I do feel as if I was born like 10, 20 years too late. I really was. You know, it's certain cars, certain planes, certain boat ships and things. And really do think it's quite a...
Well, the ships, I mean, okay, I know there's technology has gone into ships, but they still have to go into the sea. They still have
there's still going to sea, but I mean, there's not... For example, the Ark Royal, there's nothing... ships like that. It's like the Iowa going to... Mississauga going to the Gulf, for example. Which, just things like that, which you're never going to see anymore, because it's all... I mean, I like the advanced weapon systems. That's where I'm planning to go to, is weapon systems. Advanced warfare specialists.
Yeah, warfare.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I like the big guns. I like the old sort of
12-inch, 16-inch.
Yeah.
Sort of boom.
Yeah.
In fact, I had an ex-air warfare officer in here last week. Who's now retired. So we had quite a lot of chat about various things compared to these days, compared to today. Yeah. In fact, he invited me to talk on Links FM about my experiences. So, no, I don't think so. No.
We have a quick couple of pints.
Yes, stand on the steps. Yes, you can't go all the way up, but you can certainly stand
enough battery to just
be careful because it's south-facing on the boat. So.
Oh right, yeah, it is quite. I see that. There we go. Just get this up and
Some
in.
room stood well back, and they actually got some good shots without the sun interrupting.
The sun isn't too bad up here actually.
Okay.
I mean, it's definitely hotter up here, definitely without
Yes.
a doubt. Yeah, I think that's